So here's a little bit of a refresher of the bit of gameplay that we missed due to the fact that I'm a dummy and didn't understand that the game audio wasn't recording very well. So what we're seeing here is we talked to Reed Thompson. He's kind of the head honcho over in Edgewater, and he had a bit of a mission for us. He had the idea that this group of former workers that abandoned Edgewater, led by this woman named Adelaide, started their own little enclave, if you will, just over by this geothermal plant. And Reed gave us a couple objectives. One was to try to get Adelaide and her workers to come back to Edgewater, and the other one was to divert power from that geothermal plant away from that enclave and over towards Edgewater. Now, here comes a little bit of the kicker. If I were to divert that power away from Adelaide and towards Edgewater, that means that Adelaide's enclave is a little bit SOL. They're a little bit out of luck. It would obviously take all their power away and divert it back to Edgewater, and they'd essentially be just kind of left to the wilds. But that's something I've got to figure out right now, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to head over to the geothermal plant, which I think I have to leave this enclave to do. Discovered. Do I need to reload my... I do. Reload my big boy. Is that a beast? Oh, it's Mechanical Sentry.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
And now we will.
Oh,
Don't you tell me.
coming!
What?
System.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down they go!
Alright, we're fighting through this one. Parvati! Leave her alone! Turning this assault rifle to plasma was one of the smartest decisions I made. At least for dealing with Robos. Oh, Parvati's in trouble.
We made it!
Damn it, I keep eating my... Alright. Let's do some looting.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
What do you think? Parvati, can you help me out here a
Where are we
little
headed?
bit? I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Fair enough. Sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few
She's
months,
definitely
sort of carrying
brainwashed
the
by
kids.
Spacer's Choice
Her
hard.
contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract.
Okay.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
You mentioned something
You
earlier.
mean about the mission being too clean?
Is it supposed to be clean?
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law.
In a way it
Real
does.
machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk.
That's
The
fair.
machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
And why'd you want to talk to him?
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know it's none of my business.
Pshaw. I like a drink now and again.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window.
Oh, people
When
watching
they come in
drunk
here,
folks.
they might
That's
be
a...
happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
That's something that happens. Sounds like folk here live hard lives.
Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way.
Let's get back to it. I thought she might have some opinions on this area. Control room off to the right. Wow, this area is a little bit bigger than I... Let's do a little bit of searching before I make my choice.
Linux searching.
Oh, we're switching. Nope, we're switching. This AR is... Oh, you know what? Bam, bam, bam. Alright, got him. I want to do a bit of exploring here, if I can. I don't have the power. Mind your head. Oh yeah, I forgot I had Thompson's personal files. Obviously, pause if you want to read a little bit of this. I'll give you some time to pause and read along with me here. I'll try to skip out. I don't want to guys have you sitting here listening to me read. What just happened? An automated message. Oh. Alright, let's see what's in here. Hello. Oh, it's barred. Okay. Well, let's go deal with this guy. Or sneak by him.
Process sweep.
Oh, I just realized it has a little exclamation. I don't know if... No, never mind. Never mind. I need some AR, some plasma ammo. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be punching these dudes. Did I accidentally find somebody?
Go away, Phantom.
I am no phantom. It is I, K-True. Oh, he's at the bottom.
You're not real. You're not real.
You're as real as the hair on your butt cheeks.
Go away, Phantom.
Hello.
You're not real. You're
Higgins?
not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Well, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Always. Slow down, tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion.
Okay.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Good. How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
He talks about himself in third person.
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic defender, Sisty Pig tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
I don't have a fear of missing out on death. You've been down here this whole time. How did you not starve? Eating
Jimmy'd
sprats.
opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate sprats.
Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
Are sprats just space rats? I think they're space rats. You said you were an engineer.
Mechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I? I don't need to intimidate them.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
What can I say?
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at.
Why didn't you do this, Higgins?
That reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Ah. How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines.
Oh wait, I've already talked
That
to this.
lasted a good couple of months.
I should go. Okay, so he's not going to come with me. Can I have your hammer? Or your... Yeah, that's mine now. Let's reprogram these boys. Modify behavior. Select new target. Your infraction has been... to schedule a reprimand. Alright, here we go. I gotta live with my choice. Let's steal some things first. Alright. Master control. Plant status, please. Operating at 22% efficiency. Not great. Redirect power, please. High likelihood... Oh, please activate all 3 electrical tech. Can't be that easy. Oops. Okay, so I need to hit some switches. Alright. I gotta visit a workbench after this. I'm sure pretty much all of my gear needs fixing.
Where to go?
One switch
You
left.
send the power to Miss McDevitt? What happens to the veil?
That's a great question. Okay, now I gotta go back to the control room and actually make my decision. Oh, no, Parvati's a legend. Did it herself. Let's just... Okay, moment of truth coming up. I don't know what to do.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
You're right.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
No, but I would not mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I don't know. That's what I was kind of leaning towards Edgewater. Let's see what she says about the deserters. The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none.
For sure.
Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Reed tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers in power.
Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family.
Ah, this choice is
In
hard.
Mr. Thompson's eyes,
I think
those
I'm
deserters are still
I'm
part
leaning
of the
towards
Spacer's Choice
saving
family.
Edgewater.
The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I see your point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Oh, that's fair. Don't worry about it. I was barely listening. No, I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Well, that's a damn shame, Parvati. You're very cool. Alright. We're saving Edgewater. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. I would like to continue. Power is being currently distributed to Edgewater in the Botanical Factory. Redirect all the power to Edgewater. The Botanical Factory power regulator is now safe to remove. Oops, wrong button. Alright. So now is there a divert power from the geo? I did that. Is there a power regulator in here? Oh, I probably just need to turn on the quest. Ooh, they're gonna be pissed. Those guys are gonna be pissed. Spacer's Choice reveres me. Yeah, understandably, the deserters are gonna be real pissed off about that. Oops. Alright, so the power regulator's outside. These guys are gonna be straight up. Oh my god, I got a ton of text right there. These guys are gonna be mad. These guys are gonna be real darn angry with me. Wait. Oh, the botanical lab is them. How do I turn this shit off? That's how I turn this shit off. Alright. I will talk back with you guys after we get over to the deserters camp, where they are gonna they're gonna hate me. They're gonna be really upset. Yeah, these guys are gonna be real pissed. I'm just gonna make sure I'm reloaded. What kind of... Oh, that assault rifle uses heavy ammo. Okay. Oh, I should use this pistol over that one. Wait, should I? Yeah. Oh, that's a cool looking gun. Alright, so these guys are going to be quite angry with me. Alright, so we're back. We're here. These guys are... Oh! Oh no! What's up? Oh. Yeah, they don't care. Oh, yes they do. Hi, Adelaide.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
Okay.
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve.
The fact that you're calling them your flock is a little
This
sketchy.
right. Away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
What? Oh, that's cool! I didn't even know that. I don't know. I don't really like any of these options. It's not personal.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater.
Not calling them your
for
flock.
A power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
That's fair.
And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
What happened to you, Adelaide?
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him.
Well, that's pretty
I buried
terrible.
my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Look, I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos?
A little both.
Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't just gonna leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me.
The dirt.
And I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
Okay, relax, Power
The
Trip.
secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Oh, look at you acting high and mighty. And what happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Enough talk. Okay, well, I'm taking this. Because I earned it, first of all. I earned it. So shut up. Mr. Thompson, I do declare.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
Yes, I do
I trust
declare.
Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think I was supposed to do this earlier. Hold on.
I appreciate what you've done for us.
I've delivered your message, but I have not convinced Adelaide to come back.
I expected as much. I've been thinking about it. I could use Adelaide back, but if she's being obstinate, try to talk her followers into returning. We need the extra hands.
She won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
Say you've done your best, but all I see is a town falling to pieces.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer,
Buttoned up.
but it is my home.
Well, I tried. Adelaide's people aren't getting sick.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
People ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree?
That's fair.
We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
Everyone's getting fucking mercury poisoning. That's what the plague is. What exactly are you putting in those cans?
Processed, liquefied, retextured Saltuna rendered in a chemical bath, of course. Well, mostly Saltuna.
That's the
We've been
problem.
experiencing a Saltuna shortage, you see. So we've had to improvise. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor once. It all tastes like Saltuna in the end.
That can't be healthy.
Health is a state of mind, friend. Afflictions in one's body are reflections of afflictions in one's work ethic and attitude.
Not quite.
Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Am I just honest with him? I could just straight up lie to his face. Let's just lie to him.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
They wouldn't know. Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
No, I'm not going to tell him you don't have to do this. He does. Take care. Take care. Hey, guess what? Your flock is fine. Loser.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
The board. Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are
Not really,
some
but
kind of
that's how it turned out.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care.
Ha 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 ha.
Alright, so we're back at the ship. We got the power regulator. We've set things right. Edgewater's going to be a little
ship?
better.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew.
Join me, Parvati.
I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
We get Parvati. I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you?
Yes, you can.
I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Come with me. Man, there's people... I know there's people out there just like, see ya. I'd be glad to have you along.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now.
I am the captain now. Yes, you do, Parvati. Let's go. So are we going to a new area? Oh yeah, let's talk to our ship.
Captain,
Ada.
I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
What can I say?
What can I do for you, Captain?
I got the power
Do
regulator.
you know how to install a power regulator?
Parvati does. I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Will do. I'll be back. Behind you. Across the cargo bay and up the ladder. Go put that power regulator in there.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, look at that baby purr. I got my very own ship. Listen to that. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. I'm fine. Don't you worry about me.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's do it. Let's get out of here. Let's go! The unreliable is reliable again! Take flight, my beautiful angel. Fly! I think I hammed that up a little too much. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
I honestly kind of forgot about Phineas. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
I keep forgetting to slow down time, but
What you saw in
I
Emerald
can.
Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists.
Stellar Bay
Gladys
on Monarch.
Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Okay.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kalkelly.
Okay. Right, the Black Marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I like that Ada is looking up. I like that she's looking up at him. What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Fair enough.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together.
That's just daily life,
None of us
bro.
are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming.
I would assume it's wireless.
By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Alright, let's go see what this is. Well, let's explain what it is first.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Kind of what I thought.
It has limits. First-generation technology, you see. But promising. Exciting to see it in use at last.
Okay.
Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned it has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention.
I don't know
If
what I'm
they pay
yawning for.
attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay. I will put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Not yet. Got it. Let's go grab this shroud. Captain's quarters. I don't even know where that is. Looks like it's above me. can actually go in here now. Edgewater sign. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Wait. Oh, am I gonna get little artifacts from the communities I go to as we go? That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, but next time... Ooh. Just take a quick look at that view. That's pretty. Okay, so next time... Once I get set up over here. Next time, we're going to head over, and we're going to head over to that Outlaw Moon and see if we can't talk to some black market smugglers. But until then, if you enjoyed what you saw and you're ready for more, hit that subscribe button and that like to let me know you're enjoying the content. But until then, we'll talk to you next time.